Okay, let's try this again, shall we? I figured out how to take movies on my Kindle and put them in my computer. So I went outside in the sunshine. It was just so lovely, and I did a fabulous job with this video, and I came in and loaded it up, and it's upside down. And long story short, I don't know why. And guess what? You can't rotate a movie like you can a photograph. So never mind that idea, and here I go again. This is Leanne from My Big Adventure, and it is my 1 week post-op update. I had gastric sleeve surgery in Tijuana, Mexico on the 23rd of May. 10 days before that, I started on my pre-op diet at 278 pounds or 127 kilos. Then on the 23rd of May, I weighed before surgery 266 pounds or 12.5 kilos. And today, ta-da! After a week, I weighed 256 pounds or 116 kilos for a total loss of 22 pounds and a weekly loss, my very first week, of 10 pounds. So yay! That's good. I can see why that's important to drop a bunch at first so that you are feeling, like it's working. That's what I'm saying. So the first part of this is just going to be sort of an update about my week and how I felt and how it's been. My tummy is still swollen. I only know this because the pants are getting baggy in the butt and in the legs and everywhere, and now they're just normal on my belly instead of too tight. But I can tell that my stomach is still somewhat swollen, and of course I had a huge hernia repair. I don't know if I told you that. It was the biggest the doctor had seen, or one of the biggest. So there's that too. So I'm swollen from the sleeve surgery, and then I'm swollen from that, and that's okay. I have no pain. I haven't had a pain pill in a while, except for my back hurts, and I don't know what that's about. It hurt in the hospital, and I just assumed that was because the bed and I didn't get along well. But it's continued, not constantly and not horribly, but I have back problems anyway, but this is different. This kind of pain is different. It's up higher, and I don't know, it's weird. But it's no big deal. I'm doing fine with that. I feel generally normal and good. My energy level isn't quite up to speed yet. I feel normal, so I get up to go do something and get to walking, hoofing it along at my normal speed, and realize, I better slow down. So I'll be really glad when I get my energy level up, and I wonder how long that will take. I feel about 75%. I'm about 75% back to normal physically, and emotionally or mentally, I've felt fine since the day after surgery. The things I'm doing now are like I vacuumed the house yesterday. Today I spent pretty much all day out in the yard, dinking around, gardening, in the greenhouse, fooling around with flowers and plants and stuff, dishes, cooking here and there, making the bed, washing the sheets, hanging out the clothes on the clothesline, and that kind of stuff. So I'm doing what I always do, and doing slowly. I get tired easier, but fine. I'm better and better every day. My drain site is the only incision-y thing that needs any attention anymore, and it's doing well. Although these really nifty bandages that they used nowadays, they're like this big, and the gauze part is in the middle, and the adhesive covers the whole thing, and it's clear and really thin. It's like a second skin, and it completely seals the area all around, so you can take a shower and whatnot, and it's very handy, and you don't really feel it until you start to feel it when it starts to get itchy, really itchy and itchier. And so I went in, and they changed it at the hospital, of course, and I changed it at home. And I went in and took these things off and had these just huge rashes around my drain site, and then the bigger incision, I had one around there, so that there's this rash, the shape of the adhesive part of the bandage. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Looked at it up close. Turns out there it's all bumpy, so my guess was might be yeast, because I'm a yeasty gal. And sure enough, I put some iconazole on it and it went away. So for those of you who have yeast issues, if you get an itchy reaction, rash underneath the adhesive of anything, look at it carefully. If it's a lot of little tiny bumps and it's itching like crazy, chances are it's a yeast rash, like my babies used to get on their bottoms. And it's treatable with over-the-counter vaginal yeast cream. TMI, I know. Sorry. My patient coordinator / nutritionist moved me from clear liquids to full liquids a couple days early because I was doing fabulously and getting hungry. And so I'm doing that now. Hunger is interesting. It's not like it used to be. My little tummy tells me I'm hungry, I'm empty, and I'm growling. I'm going to growl and let you know, and rumble down in there. And then you need to feed me. But it isn't anything like in the past with the just, oh my God, I'm starving, I could eat a horse. Quick, let's get it in quick because I'm really hungry. It's not like that. It's like, yeah, I need to feed my little body. It's time because it's giving me a signal. And then I sit down with whatever and have my 5 bites, so to speak, and I'm learning to be slow about it so that my body can catch up and tell me, whether I'm getting too full or not. That's an interesting trip to figure that out. And sure enough, our bodies totally tell us that it's time to stop if you pause enough in between to give it time to figure it out and tell you. And my hunger isn't about cravings or, oh God. In fact, I'm cooking for my husband here and there and warming up some things that I made and froze before I left that just smell delicious. And sure, it smells good, and I think, wow, that smells really good. I'd sure like to have some of that. But I can't, and I know I can't because I need to let my stomach heal. Oh, my mouth is so dry. I wonder why. So in my mind, I know I can't have it, and so but I will be able to, so it's not a problem. And when I eat now, I'm eating yogurt and applesauce. She said I could have those things along with protein shakes and stuff like that. And I had for lunch today, I had a hard-boiled egg that I'd squished and smushed to just paste, and then I put a little bit of mayonnaise in it and some salt and pepper. And of course, when you're done with that, because I didn't add hardly, usually of course I've got onions and pickles and all kinds of stuff in there, but this was just the egg. And after it's all mixed up, it's like this, fill up this pill bottle, maybe a little more, and that's it. And so I'm thinking I'll just be chowing that right down along with my applesauce. Nuh-uh. I had about half the egg, and I had a half of a tiny individual cup of 1/2 cup of applesauce left from last night that I couldn't eat. I had a half again of that. So I had an eighth of a cup of applesauce and a half of an egg, and I was, okay, time to stop. In fact, I think that I went a little fast and had one more bite than I needed, and kind of was like not in pain or anything, but I was kind of uncomfortable, and I realized I should have stopped the bite before. So it's just a trip. It's a whole new world. Another interesting thing is that when I eat something thicker like yogurt or applesauce, I have to, put it in my mouth and really savor it, really kind of move it around in my mouth a little bit, and then swallow a little of it and swallow a little bit more. And it turns out that I'm really enjoying the savoring part. I'm really enjoying tasting it, and it's heartening to me because, first of all, most of my whole life, it's all been about, yeah, I want it to taste good, but if I'm really hungry, it's like I need to get it in my stomach now. And I think half the food I ate in my whole life, I barely tasted. It just went right, past my taste buds and down the chute, since I was in such a hurry all the time. So I'm really liking that. I'm really eager to get back to the gym. I can't yet. I just want to go for now do the treadmill, do a little cardio, and say hi to my buddies there that I miss, and get back going again. I haven't been since like a month before, maybe more than that, maybe 6 weeks before my pre-op diet, and I miss it, and I really am motivated to go now, but I need to heal up a little bit more, I think. I haven't had any problems with any food, tolerating any food. I know there are some folks that I hear say, oh, I couldn't eat the egg, I didn't sit well in my sleep, or I tried lettuce or whatever, and I don't think I'm ready for it. I need to wait and try again another time. Well, my repertoire of foods right now are, it's like this big. I got like 4 things or 8 things that I can eat, and but so far everything has just been fine. I haven't had a problem with any of it. I can eat. I like everything, and I can eat anything. I've always been able to, which is why I ended up at 278 pounds. Some random observations I've made. I went to the the grocery store, and ran a bunch of errands yesterday. I went to the store, and to the bank, to the hardware store, and to another store to try to find those little half cup Tupperware sorts of things. No luck. That's because I live I live 20 minutes away from a really small town. Anyway, I'm going through the store, and I go down the baking aisle because I'm looking for a spice, which, of course, being a small town, they did not have. I ordered it online finally. And then I drove by the cart, by the whole row of baking mixes, muffins and brownies and cake with icing, and all the pictures on these things. And normally I would go down and go, let's see what kind of new muffin mixes they have, or I better have that cake mix, it's on sale, and one of my grandkids is going to have a birthday here soon, so better. And today I walked by or yesterday, and had a little twinge of ugh. And it wasn't dramatic or huge, but it was like, what? I've been on low carb diets before that have me pretty apathetic about all kinds of that kind of food, and seeing it and people eat it and stuff, and thinking, yeah, it doesn't appeal to me. But to have an actual negative, like little shudder, it was weird. And then I moved from there around to the bakery section. You had to go through there to get to the produce section, and they've got their case that has maple bars, my all-time favorite, donut and cakes and cupcakes and Danish and cinnamon rolls and all that stuff. And this time I went through there, and I could smell the smells and everything. I actually had a brief, mild, but very real wave of nausea when I smelled that, and all I could smell was the grease. Isn't that weird? Has anybody else ever had that? I love it. It'd be nice if I could, wouldn't that be cool if that lasted forever? It's totally foreign to me, so it was pretty amazing. And I'm cooking for Tim, and that, not every day, but that's going fine. I didn't know how I'd feel about that. Clothes. I go into my closet, which is filled with many, mostly thrift store fat lady clothes. I could never bring myself to spend any significant money on clothes for myself because I didn't deserve it because I'm fat. I know that warpy and weird, but that's been my reality. And I don't really like any of them. But now I go to my closet this morning after my shower and thought, okay, well, what'll I wear? I better wear some of these big shirts that I like now, because theoretically what they tell me is I'm going to shrink and they'll be way too big for me. And so and I thought that was so weird. And then I went through and tried on a couple of things that have been kind of big anyway. I like loose things because then it hides my rolls. Not that we don't know that they're there, but I don't like to have that sprayed on fat lady look like some folks do. And if that's you, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be insulting. So anyway, that's just not my thing. I want to cover it up with a tent. Anyway, so I pulled out some of those things that have been big and tried on a couple of them, and they were like stupid big now. So I've started this little pile now of plus size clothes that I'm not going to wear anymore. And I'm wondering if there's some sort of a system through which folks in this community do any clothes trading or anything, because even though I'm not going to wear them, there may be people out there that could benefit from having some low cost or free or whatever, I don't know how it works, clothes to wear in the interim as they go down. None of us wants to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe every 2 months or whatever. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because I'd like to participate. And I already noticed that I have a little bit more enthusiasm for sprucing myself up a little bit. Before it was sort of, what's the point? There I am, a fat lady. Now I have a lot of makeup on, this fat lady. I know, it's I just have grown up and lived my whole adult life with really negative body image issues. And I'm going to be so glad to put them to rest. So anyway, I'm in a really good mood. I'm happy. I don't feel deprived. I don't have any pain. I'm getting around doing normal stuff pretty much. Got to get back to making jewelry here soon. I'm happy and excited for the future, and so it's all good. I am going to do video probably day after tomorrow, which is Sunday, maybe, about my Mexico experience, because I've had several questions and from folks here and my other folks asking all kinds of questions about the whole thing, about having this done in Mexico. So I'm going to do a video and answer all those questions and talk about my experience there. And so if anybody has any questions they want to ask, just put it in the comments here, and I'll put it on my list and talk about those things. So, all right, I'm tired. It's 9:34. I really did kind of work hard today. So I'm going to let you guys all go. TK Sleever, I love your cooking show. I might have to copy you and do one of those one time. It was so cute, and I bought all the stuff to make that soup, and as soon as I get rid of the chicken soup I made from scratch, and I'm drinking the broth off of, that's the thing, you make an egg and it lasts for 2 meals. The food bill's going to go way down. Anyway, I loved your little cooking video. You look great. And I remember reading or watching your post-op video and thinking, oh my God, she had a terrible time. She's an OR nurse, so it's not like she doesn't know, about what to expect and all that. And man, I'm thinking, I sure hope I don't have. So I didn't, and I could have stood some trouble. So it's too bad I couldn't take some of yours, TK. Sleevy V, hi honey, it's me, and I'm just loving your before and after pictures that you just posted. It just thrills me because you just look so pretty and so fit and so glowing and happy, and it's just, I just am so happy for you. And there's so many of you that have piped up, and Judith of, let me see, what's her, Judith of Health Seeker Not Too Late had her surgery yesterday, and she's old like me. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Judith, you're not old. We're only as young as we feel. But she's a person that's on the second half of her life, unlike so many people here who are young. And so I'm really eager to talk to you, Judith, or see a video or communicate with you and find out how you're doing. And I hope everything went really well and that you're feeling better. You should be feeling better by tonight now, and we're all eagerly awaiting your update. So take care. And thanks again to all of you for everything. And I'll be getting back with that video on the Mexico experience with gastric sleeve in a day or so. So, night, night.